All right. There's a little bit of a delay here, which is weird. I'm streaming from OBS, which is broadcast software. So I'm just trying to play around with stuff, and I'll say some shit too. Let me see if I can get this right. So I am a little frustrated. It's weird right now, the way people are. I can't believe we've made this fucking mask a political thing. It's so bizarre. There are supposedly smart people that are on the wrong side of this. I think if you follow me or seen anything I do, I don't like being wrong. But I'm fucking tired of being right about this stupid shit. There was a flat earth group. I have friends on my Facebook feed that believe that they're in the flat earth thing. Why the fuck wouldn't you? Why would you believe that there's invisible germs? I think we're back to that state where germs are now political. Are your germs right wing or left wing? But all seriousness, I think the reason I wanted to get on is a couple things were heartbreaking to me during this time. So my brother Derek, we're pretty tight in my opinion. He might think otherwise, but it broke my heart. I got a message from him saying he's been stressed and having trouble sleep. That's my shit. I'm the one that has trouble sleeping and stress. Derek's chill, but Derek's, always busy and doing stuff. And it broke my heart to hear that he's been struggling staying on Facebook or even looking at his feed because of the angst and the anxiety that it brings and how he's losing fucking sleep. If you want to understand why he's losing sleep, we started the conversation talking about the fact that it's surprising how many of our friends are racists. I might have been in your wedding. Yeah, you might have been in mine. But we got problems. We got some issues. And if you think I'm talking about you, get over yourself. I'm probably not, but I might be. But the point is that when you start to see in your feed constantly from everybody and their mother and people that you thought were friends you went to high school with, complain, it's too much. It's too much. What are these guys going to stop protesting? It's too fucking much. Already, enough already. We get it. We get it. We get it. You're dying. Can I fucking eat my fucking cereal in peace? I mean, I've seen that post. I've seen the N-word thrown around on Facebook this week. Reported it. Facebook denied me the pleasure of removing the post. That's always fun. So I can understand. You have to understand. Like, Derek is not a weak person. I don't consider myself a weak person. I would consider Derek less emotional than myself. I not to say he's not emotional, but he's a pretty straightforward, straight shooter. And to hear his angst and hear that, kind of get that impression that he's hurting and having trouble sleeping and getting all this stressed out. This is what the fuck it's like when, we're talking about sensitive subjects and black and white people just want to give the fuck up. Enough already. You got your fucking syrup. You got your syrup changed. We did a black screen for 3 days. Why are you fucking still protesting? My Facebook page was black for 4 fucking days, dude. I mean, so, perfect example of why it's stressful is I had a friend. I used to work with him. Good guy. Apparently woke. I won't mention his name, but he was actually on the top of my feed almost every post. Like, he'd always come to the top. Certainly woke, just calling people out left and right, saying all the right things, living in Florida, just kind of commenting on the fact that he's, talking about his white privilege. Well, he proceeds to tell a story about how when he played football, he was a ref for football and he was hanging out with the chain gang. He casually said, the chain gang, when I was down with the chain gang. And again, this guy's apparently woke. I commented back. I said, hey, by the way, chain gang, it's kind of might seem racist. It seems weird. It just seems like you're mixing your message here. It wasn't even brutal. I said, hey, you said chain gang. That's actually what I said. You said chain gang. And so, I know this guy, he's probably like me, doesn't like to be wrong, blah, blah, blah. But certainly at the fucking, dude, when I say I don't like to be wrong, I am wrong all the time. I just don't like it. And I try to learn from it and I try to be right. But I fuck up. I'm not one to say I don't fuck up. I fuck up constantly. I'm a fuck up. But anyway, so this guy proceeds to say, you know, I said, hey, that's racist. He comes back with, I don't know if I have, let me see something. Hold on. I don't know if I have the Facebook post. Let me see. That's pretty cool, right? You see how I did that? A little picture in picture. Anyway, I don't know if I have the post ready to go, but he proceeded to say that chain gang wasn't racist because he Wikipedia'd it, and the first thing that came up was an excerpt that said, what the fuck did it say? This is, I promise you there's a point to this. Chain gangs. So if you Google chain gangs and you go to the Wikipedia thing, this is what he did. I wasn't looking it up. He said, I don't think you're right about chain gang being racist. Chain gang being racist. I don't think you're right about that. And he says, a chain gang is a group of prisoners chained together to perform menial or physical challenging work as a form of punishment. Such punishment might include repairing buildings, building roads, or clearing land. Boom. That's what he posted as a retort. Hey, by the way, this isn't racist. I just read you the Wikipedia thing that says it's not. Well, he stopped there. If you continue, it says the system. By the way, when you pull up the Wikipedia, let me just do this. I can do this for you. When you pull up the Wikipedia, the first thing you see is this shit. See the pictures? All black people. Okay, that's the first thing you see, except at the bottom. But what's interesting is the next sentence says this system existed primarily in the southern United States and by 1955 had largely been phased out nationwide, with Georgia among the last states to abandon the practice. That's kind of fucked up, right? North Carolina continued to use chain gangs into the 1970s. This is the third sentence after this guy's retort. Chain gangs were introduced by a few states during the Get Tough on Crime 1990s, with Alabama being the first state to revive them in 1985. The experiment ended up after about 1 year in all states except Arizona, where in Maricopa County, inmates can still volunteer for a chain gang to earn credit toward high school diploma or avoid disciplinary lockdowns for rule infractions. To me, chain gangs seems like a fucking racist thing. I don't know. It sounds like a fucking thing that was come out of and it was done to continue the oppression of black people after fucking slavery was ruled illegal. Am I being dramatic? Probably. But fuck, this is what the fuck we have to do. We have to prove every fucking day that we have to look through this lens of whiteness to say, hey, yeah, you're right. This isn't racist. Chain gang's not racist. Neither is nigger. Shit, nigger's not racist. I mean, that's just a fucking word, right? Let's just go there. I mean, what the fuck? Sorry if you're offended by that, but I said it. And no, you can't say it. And no, I shouldn't say it. But it's a word. And it's fucking how stupid everything sounds when you're trying to justify racism. It's bonkers. It's bonkers crazy. So why can't I get off of this screen? I'm still learning how to do this. All right, there. So I think that's interesting. And I think that it's fucked up that, we constantly have to sit there and prove, another incident that I can talk about is, I got into an argument with a friend of mine who insisted that Donald Trump was a bigot and not a racist. So he's a bigot, not a racist. And this was it was very important to this individual that he be clear that, yes, I believe he's a bigot, but I don't think he's a racist. So there's a line. You can be a bigot and not a racist, apparently, right? Because you could be a bigot against, people that are, gender neutral or whatever. But it falls short of being racist. So that's always nice to know. So Trump is a bigot. That's what I got him to admit. Trump is a bigot, but he's not a racist. And so we've got to, I guess the only way you can actually be deemed a racist is if you're caught saying the N-word on camera or on tape. That's it. That's the only way you can be 100% sure that someone's a racist. Otherwise, there's no racism, guys. He's not using the N-word. So I say these things because they're probably annoying. You're probably like, oh, God, I'm so tired of the BLM. Fuck you. Fuck off right there. Just take that fucking attitude and fuck off. Because it shouldn't go away. That's number one. But I can tell you're getting tired. I can tell the fucking shit's running out. You got the syrup bottle and you got the fucking black screen. And what else do we get? We did get the cop to finally get, did they get fired? And I guess today they're indicting Breonna Taylor's folks, the people that killed her. Finally. Fucking months protesting, country shut down. Fucking walks into somebody's house unannounced and kills somebody. And we're fucking acting like, oh, when are you going to stop protesting? When are you going to stop protesting this shit? We're fucking tired. We want to get back to normal. I look out my window, I see a protest. And by the way, Bobby, who I thought was a friend, I saw the N-word on your wall. I saw you allow it. I saw you continue to have the conversation. Those things hurt. Those things hurt people that maybe thought they were your friends. Yeah. So when my brother says he's having angst and I'm kind of just rolling through it, I've been on Facebook, but I'm on social media, but I'm also trying to get stuff done and make money and do all these other things. So it's tough to kind of, I've been lucky to not be in kind of diving deep into it, but I can tell you that I do understand his angst. And I understand why it's frustrating, because even talking about it right now is making someone feel uncomfortable with thinking that I'm playing a victim. I'm not a victim, motherfucker. I'm not a victim. I'm not a victim of any of this shit. But I am, it's a result of this environment that you created, or that we created, or we allowed to happen, that brothers and sisters are fucking stressed. And we have to explain ourselves, and we have to explain why we think that thing is racist. And even though we're the person feeling offended by it, we always have to come clear and make sure that you understand why we're offended. If it's not crystal clear, and if there wasn't any N-word thrown around, it's probably just in our imagination. That's probably one reason why he's feeling some angst. Not only that, but as a gay man in North Carolina, I'm sure he's fucking had his share of bullshit that's thrown at him. And God for, you know, and I love him for his strength in coming out in 92 in Mannheim, coming out of the closet. Fuck you, you pussy. Can't wear a mask. Try coming out of the closet in 92. Fuck you. Sorry. Anyway, so it fires me up a little bit when I hear people say, oh, I can't wear a mask because it ruffles my feathers. You couldn't do one day as a black man. You couldn't do one fucking day. Fucking health crisis because you don't have a fucking mask on. That's why we have anxiety. That's why it's fucking stressful. That's why I'm sitting back going, when are they going to get tired of this? They're already saying, you know, I already see people talking about running over people, running over the protesters. Why? Because they inconvenience you? You don't get fucking social change with convenience. You make everyone uncomfortable. Sometimes death happens. Sometimes people die. Sometimes blood isn't shed. But it makes people uncomfortable. Things stop. What is it? Gandhi was the guy that did all the peaceful protesting. Made a lot of people uncomfortable. That's how you get stuff done. So get over yourself. And thank God you have the privilege to sit back and go, when's this going to end again so I can get back to normal and not feeling any fucking pain or something? What the fuck is wrong with you, Bobby? I'm talking to you. I said your name now twice. Your biggest disappointment in my friends list, honestly. So, anyway, so I mean, I don't know how many black people I've talked to that have said, yeah, I'm surprised at how many closet racists I'm friends in that are friends with me and that are part of my family. Well, Nate, they're not using the N-word, so they can't be racist, right? I got it. No reason to get worked up about it. Again, I'm lucky. I'm smart. I'm pretty fucking good looking, and I, have a good job or good potential, earning potential, put it that way. So I'm not sitting here being a victim, but I will say it fucking drives us nuts, and it's driving my brother nuts, and it's driving everyone nuts because what is this, week 3 now? Are we at week 3? Week 4, if we go to week 4, I'll be impressed. Where not just about every fucking, person's at their wits' ends with the protests and just like, it's enough. It's enough already. Oh, God. So you can understand why some brothers and sisters might be a little stressed. And some of you have reached out to me, and some of you I appreciate it. And some of you I know it's not your thing to reach out, and I know it's not your thing to say things. And I said that before. I'm okay with that. But you can call out your fucking friends Especially what I was disappointed with, the amount of folks that are friends with Bobby that watched her put the N-word, allow the N-word on her page, and then continue to interact with this fuck stick. No one called her out on it. I got some private message. No one had the balls to say, hey, fucking take that down. That's fucked up. So it must be acceptable in some fashion, right? I know you all watching the fucking chaos. And by the way, sometimes we're friends with you just to watch your chaos, so don't get it twisted. But anyway, I think somebody knows what I'm talking about. Look, this isn't coherent. One thing I'm going to try to work on is I want to do a little bit more writing, and I think writing is going to help me to articulate my ideas a little bit more. I'm a fairly decent writer, so I feel like I just need to do it more and get my thoughts out and make these things organized. So I've got plans. You see my little logo I put up, just fucking around with shit. I got big ideas. We'll see where it ends up, but you know, I spent enough money on equipment that I better do something with it. But anyway, so just back to the topic. It's been frustrating being an African American and watching friends and family discuss this as if it's just going to pass and we just need to get through this little period of social unrest and then everything go back to normal. Or maybe the 1930s or whatever the good old days. MAGA, make America great again. When was it great again? When was it great again? Just again, I'm all for it. Let's just say I'm all for MAGA. Just tell me when the fuck we were great, and which I'm guaranteeing that you were probably not in one of the disenfranchised folks that is riddled through our history of who we treated like shit. Indians, Irish, black people, Germans. I mean, we've done it to all of them eventually. Just sustained and persisted with the black people more than others. It's really nice to see a lot of people recognize. Now, all this is kind of negative, but there's a good thing because I think a lot of people that I was surprised that are making observations that they realize their privilege, they're checking their privilege, and it's not, you didn't do anything wrong. We're not saying you're a bad person. You did nothing. You may not individually have done anything wrong. So get over yourself. But collectively, it can start to wear and tear on people. And collectively, we need to start thinking about how our actions affect everyone else. That's what we're dealing with right now with this coronavirus is collectively, we need to figure out a way to keep each other safe. Some of you insist that you fucking can't because you got health issues with a fucking mask. God, you'd be dead. You'd be dead if you had asthma. I can tell you of having severe asthma all my life. You don't know what it's like not to breathe. Fucking moron. You're cutting off your CO2. Mm-hmm. But you got to go get your big gun and protect yourself because you're not living in fear. God, so much wrong with it. Anyway, again, my frustration right now is that, you know, I don't like when my family, my beloved ones are stressed. I don't like hearing them I can handle shit. You know, I've got marijuana, I've got alcohol, I've got a wife. I can be distracted from things. But when I hear about my brother having trouble sleeping because of the shit that my friends and people that we're acquainted with post and don't call out, that fucking pisses me off. And I think a lot of you are cowards. And I think a lot of you are cowards, especially the folks that know exactly what I'm talking about with the white bracelets and watch these videos and stay silent. Not even apology, not even a message saying, hey, yeah, I remember that shit. Act as if it didn't happen. Again, just remembering that. And by the way, I have white people that remember that shit too. So, you know, I guess the thing I'm looking for from folks is maybe a little courage, maybe a little bit of empathy. I guess we're always talking about empathy. Maybe caring about the next person. Maybe just because it didn't happen to you doesn't mean it didn't happen. You fucking moron. Just because you don't know anyone that got COVID doesn't mean it didn't happen. You fucking moron. I mean, start thinking outside of yourself. You fucking moron. If you're taking bets on fucks, fuck, shit, fuck. I'm so tired of it. And no, I don't think I'm cool speaking like that. This is the way I speak. The reason I use that language is because it fucking it resonates and it puts a punctuation mark on what I'm saying. And if you don't fucking understand what it's like to be an African American right now, with everything, even with all the positive things that are happening, it's stressful. It's stressing us out. We have to answer for this. We're getting tapped to answer questions or, hey, is this racist? Like we're some fucking metronome, if that's a word. Anyway, so I'd love to see more love, more affection. I know I'm not the most positive person, but it just bothers me when folks in my family are saying such things and knowing that what they already went through. I mean, coming out of the closet at 92 in Mannheim, fuck you. You didn't do shit like that. You didn't have the courage. You don't even have the courage to come out and say you wore a white bracelet when you were young and stupid. Fuck. So anyway, it's frustrating seeing family and friends hurting. It's also frustrating seeing family and friends fucking deny reality. You're not that smart. You're not that cool, and you're not that, you're things happen. People make mistakes. All you need to do is say, hey, I did this thing. I did it wrong. I didn't understand this. There's a lot of people coming out and saying, wow, I didn't realize this was an issue. That stuff's, that's really positive. Maybe I'll do a whole thing on all the positive things that have come out from this that you see. Again, honestly, I'm not looking for anything, by the way. I mean, reparations, sure. If you want to give me 40 mules and some acreage, fine, I'll take it, whatever. But like the level of respect that I'm looking for is just fucking what you would expect. Another micro example of something that I deal with. I've been telling my wife, I call these like micro transactions that happen to black people, that they happen so often that you don't even realize it's racist until someone else points it out to you. For instance, I had that happen to me twice in the last year where I was going about my day and something happened, an interaction happened, and my buddy comes up to me and says, hey, dude, that was fucked up. I'm like, what's fucked up? He's like, oh, the way they were treating you, looking at you, da-da-da-da. I'm like, yeah, that's fucked up. But wow, you noticed? You saw that? You saw it too? Something that I see every fucking day that I can't talk about and just doesn't exist. The fucking microaggression that you get when you walk up to somebody and they look at you instantly and say, wow, you're a black guy, and they discount what you're going to say. And so you overcompensate by saying something witty or funny to make sure that they're not uncomfortable. That kind of thing. That fucking imaginary thing. Yeah, that's a real thing. And as somebody who grew up with mostly white people around me, I can tell you it's a real fucking thing. And for you brothers and sisters that think I'm not black enough, you can fuck off too, because I deal with the shit just like everyone else. But the point I'm making is that acknowledgement is half of it. I think that the acknowledgement's been positive, acknowledging that there are problems, there's systemic problems, and that's such a fucking buzzword, but there's integrated issues of racism that you don't see, and it doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't make you a bad person, but just accept it. Do some self-reflection. Look, the way I've gotten through tough things is I look at myself and I'm like, you're a fucking moron. You're a fucking moron doing that. You're an idiot. Or, dude, you're fucking brilliant. You're brilliant. But you have to be able to look at yourself and say, wow, that's stupid. That's not stupid. Or have some kind of self-reflection. If you're doing that through this process, kudos, you're winning. You don't necessarily have to call out every fucking thing you see. You don't have to, do a protest. But if you're fucking making progress in the, collectively making progress in understanding the problem, I'm happy. That's great. I don't want you to sit on it and do nothing, but that's progress. What I see and what my brother and I see on Facebook is fucking debilitating. It's seeing us go backwards, seeing people rooting for people dying, seeing folks root against a major indiscretion that's happened to people in their lives. I'm going to come clean on this. I don't fucking believe there's anything when we die. It's over. I think it's it. And the reason that's important is because I feel like this life is more valuable to me than you fucking sticks that fucking believe in something else. This is it. This is all I have in this whole existence of everything. Right now, my life, when I die, it's over to me. And that may not sound encouraging to you, but that's encouraging to me. It means that this is my time. This is my time to live. So for me to see people disrespecting people with their only time they have on this earth, it breaks my heart. It's like, what the fuck? What right do you have? What right do you have to make somebody feel miserable for their only life they have? What life do you have to take their life, put a knee on the back of their neck and take their last breath? The only life they have. So for me, death is a powerful thing. It means it's the end. It means that there's nothing else. And why am I saying this? Because I feel like if you if you kind of prioritize what you feel about life, you can start to really be pro-life and start to really treat people the way they want to be treated in real life. Don't fucking save that shit for fucking heaven or hell or whatever the fuck you believe in afterwards. Do it now. Be the fucking saint now. That means looking at other people and fucking understanding or wondering what it's like to be in their shoes and seeing their perspective. It's that simple. It's like I might as well have a fucking show that's called The Golden Fucking Rule and just say that every day. Do unto others as you want done to you. Everything will be fine then. Oh, but capitalism got in the way. Got to get. So anyway, back to positive spin. Young people are protesting. I love this. I love that about it. I love the fact that it's still going. I love the fact that a lot of people are getting woken up to it. And there's been some revelations to me from positive revelations from some of my friends that showing that they understand and being very sensitive. And look, I don't need you to walk on fucking eggshells with me. I don't care. You know, I would hope that the N-word wouldn't slip out, but I don't want you walking on eggshells around me. Just want you just to treat me with respect. Maybe envision, man, that's fucked up. That's some fucked up shit that's happened to black people for fucking 400 years. I don't need to take I don't need payment. Just some fucked up acknowledgement is be nice. So that's my frustration. I've not been doing enough lives just because I've been head down doing some other shit. Smashing the Party is still in action. I've been recording some stuff that I'm probably never going to release unless I charge exorbitant amounts of money for it because it's good shit, but it's also a little more personal than I'd like. Sometimes when I get ranting, I can go off and be a little personal. And I'm not here to, you know, I obviously I want to put out content and want to entertain, but I also want to try to grow my reach and my audience and be taken seriously. So I don't necessarily want to put all my foibles out there. But I'm going to continue. I'll make a promise to you. I'm going to continue to do lives. I'm going to continue to make the effort to getting Smashing the Party off the ground. Like I said, I bought the domain in 2009, so you know I might get around to it eventually. But I also I'd like to try to talk more about things that are happening in real time, and so that's why I'm using this software. That's why I'm working on mixing. That's why I'm trying to work on sound and everything else. So despite all this shit that's going on, I'm trying to move forward and make progress. I fucking suck at crocheting, by the way. If you've been following me long enough, I can't crochet. I'm fucking tired of it already. My hands hurt. It's just painful. So I may never crochet again, just so you know. Just in case you were waiting for the big crochet video, it may never happen. What else has been happening? I am working on some cool projects that are interesting and relevant. I can't talk about, but I find that they're very relevant to what we're talking about today with police brutality and things like that. So that's interesting. And I guess the malaise of this whole situation's kind of made me clam up a little bit because I don't know what to say sometimes, and I'm just not really willing to be the black spokesman for everybody. Which typically happens as soon as I open that can of worms. Everyone wants my opinion on it, and I'm sure it's valuable, but just give it time. There's a lot going on. The other thing, the last thing, obviously we got to make a mention of the fucking orange buffoon that we've got in president talking about on camera, suggesting that he instructed people not to do testing because it was fucking his numbers up. You can't write this stuff, folks. That's in grounds for get the fuck out of the office. Get the fuck away from anything that has to do with anything with people. And I think most of the people that are Trump supporters on my feed, they either stay quiet or they left me. In fact, a lot of folks have left. So it's kind of bizarre. But I know I've created a bubble, and that kind of sucks. But I don't know how to tolerate ignorance to that level, where you're looking at somebody and they're taking their dick and smashing in your face and you're just acting like everything's fine. There's a fucking dick in your face. How can you actually act like everything's fine? This buffoon's got his dick in your face. That's what it's like with Donald Trump. And so I don't know. I don't understand his support. I actually do. I guess I do understand his support. It's just people that don't give a fuck. And they've got this idea that you can't say that you follow Donald Trump or you're a fan of his and you give a fuck about other people. You just can't. You cannot. You can't. I've had friends that say, well, the economy's doing good, so that's why I voted for him. It was about the economy. Fuck you, defriend. You're gone. That's you, Jake. You're gone. You care more about the tax cuts than this fucking racist buffoon. And by the way, you're my boy, but fuck you, you're gone. By the way, how's ticket sales doing with the COVID shit with your fucking guy that you voted for? Yeah. This is fucking on you. You voted for this fucking clown. Anyway, I shouldn't take out personal things on this. It's been a while. I got a lot of angst, but let's just cap off what I wanted to say. And that's stay the fuck away from offending my family. If you're on Facebook, if somebody's using the N-word, call them out on it. It's not cool to run over people. Those protesters are doing something that you don't have the balls to do, that you probably don't need to do because of your privilege. Take some time and shut the fuck up and just watch and listen instead of posting dumb shit. Because I'm telling you right now, you may not be anybody, but you're certainly creating a ripple effect for people that may or may not be able to affect your livelihood. Let's just put it that way. So anyway, I've just been kind of head down and doing other things and I don't have the pulse of what's going on right now. And I apologize, but I think the biggest frustration that I get is the constant churning of memes to suggest that white people have had enough of the protesting. It's enough. We're done. God already. Are you serious? Are you still protesting? Are you fucking serious? Yeah, we're fucking still protesting. I mean, I'm not technically, but you get my drift. So, I don't know. I need to think about things. I need to think about stuff that I'm going to put out there that's interesting. I've got all this cool shit. Oh, my logo. Where the fuck's my logo? Come on. Boom, my logo. Holla, Ned. That's from my Ned, my neighbor, my Negro. Is that still allowed? All right. Anyway. So, smashing the party. Maybe I'll continue to put this logo up just to remind me that this is supposed to mean something. Anyway, I got nothing. I said 15 million times. This is one of my worst lives, but I guess I wanted to get on to talk about my brother and make sure that you guys understand that, death by 1,000 cuts is what it feels like as an African-American man right now. We're having to answer for white people and help assuage their fears and concerns and make sure they're not feeling victimhood, along with trying to defend what used to be, or maybe is still considered in some circles, abstract racism. Having to actually encourage people that it really does exist it's just been exhausting. It's been fucking exhausting. So anyway, that's all I got, folks. Really just a rant of nothing. I'm going to try to make these better, more focused. And before I roll out Smashing the Party, I will make a promise to make sure that my content's interesting and it's not just about me saying the F-bomb, and that I actually have interesting things to say. I do have a lot of interesting things to say, and I do have a lot of fucking cool equipment, which means that you can actually call me and argue with me on live, on air. And no, Heidi, I don't mean you. We've got to talk. You kind of fucked that. You kind of, that ship sailed with your posts, your last couple of posts. I'm sorry, but there may not be any collaboration anymore. Sorry. But anyway, so I will make a promise to get better. I'll make a promise to be better. I'm always trying to improve. I know I'm a fucking slacker. I know I suck sometimes. I know I'm sometimes negative, but I'm trying to be better. I'm a flawed individual, but I'm definitely a spicy motherfucker. So I'll leave I'll say some negative and positive about myself. I also want to make sure that my friends that have reached out to me personally, I appreciate it. I know some of you don't know what to do, and you're probably staying quiet, and that's fine. I think staying quiet is better than being loud and stupid. So again, I'm not the license or the fucking the supervisor of all you people that are trying to be woke. So you can take what I say with a grain of salt. I don't care. I'm not speaking for other black people. I'm speaking for Nate Bomberger, and that's it. That's it. Like, that is it. No one else. Just Nate Bomberger. That's it. Nate fucking Bomberger. Anyway, all right. Well, cool. We ran it for, let's see. Did I get my rant in that I promised? I think we ran it for a couple minutes here. We're good. All right. Stay tuned. This weekend, I plan on having another, actually more structured conversation. I've got people that want to get on the call with me. We're going to try some of that stuff out. This isn't Joe Rogan. This is bullshit, but we're trying to build something, and it's going to be scrappy. It's going to be scrappy, but we're going to do it. We got 10,000 followers from my fucking dog. I can get 1,000 followers from my fucking ranting and fucking F-bomb rants. What do you think? I think it's possible, right? 1,000 fucking people? Come on. Come on. Come on. Anyway, all right, cool. That's it. Let's see if we can go out with a bang and maybe sound like a little bit of our soundtrack here. The other thing we're going to do is
China, 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 China.
All right, stay safe. Wear your fucking mask too, by the way. Hold on. Now it just brought me another thing. You're not going to die of any kind of health condition from not wearing a mask, but you're going to look really stupid when you get COVID or you give somebody else in your family COVID. Don't be an idiot. Just don't be an idiot. Just believe the science. There's people that love to look at invisible shit that protect you and me. So just believe those guys. All right. All right. Peace out. That's it, guys. Sorry for non-entertaining you, but I had to get that out. Don't fuck with my family. Don't fuck with Derek. That's my brother. I love that motherfucker. So if I get another message from him that he's stressed out from Facebook, I'm coming after you motherfuckers. I love you too, Brendan, Bradley, Derek, Ryan, Todd, Richard, and did I get everybody? Richard, Todd, Ryan, Bradley, Brendan, and Derek. Yes, I love you guys too, so don't worry. You're all my favorite brothers. Peace.